Hey everybody, this is Juan Saavedra from the Fish Project Cichlids, and today we're going to continue this 4-part series of videos. Today is episode number 3 of To Be or Not To Be. So as y'all saw last week, to be or not to be, yes it was. Yes it was. The Cuban cichlid male bred with the Sid Vicious female, which is a 50% Hartwegi, 25% Managuensis, 25% Dovi. They bred and it was successful, and we have babies. Last week I also shared with you how T.F.P's Starman was bred to the Sid Vicious female. And so now this week, as I mentioned last week, T.F.P Starman was bred to another female. But the most amazing thing is the particular cross that she is. So here we go. Let's unravel this thing. T.F.P Starman was bred to T.F.P Sugarcane. I mentioned last week that Sugarcane was a daughter off of Nikos Brown's The Man. But the big reveal is this. Y'all remember a couple of years back that Nikos Brown had some Cuban hybrid cichlids? Everybody was like, oh my goodness, these are so amazing. What is this? And guess what? Nikos Brown bred a female from that Cuban cichlid, golden base hybrid. That's right. One of the females of that hybrid, I spoke to Nikos Brown about this. He could verify it. And I also spoke to David Lucan, and I wrote him directly to ask him some information. He actually gave me the name of the breeder who actually did it. And you can see it on the pedigrees. I can't remember off the top of my head. But those Cuban cichlid hybrids that Nikos Brown had came from a male Cuban cichlid bred to a female golden base flower horn. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? That's absolutely amazing. And the amazing part about it is that Nikos Brown took that amazing Cuban cichlid hybrid and bred that to the legendary Nikos Brown, and later known as Frank Bloom's The Man. Yo, what kind of breeding is that? That is an amazing breed. And I happened to acquire that female from Colin James in Glen Burnie, Maryland, United States of America. Now, the day that I went to go buy that fish, actually, let me tell you the day before I went to go buy that fish, he posted it online. Fish, female fish, I think he said it was like $50 or $75. I don't remember how much it was. And he said, but when I saw that fish, he said it was a female. I said, I gotta get this fish. I had to get this fish. And what I do, I spoke to him. He said, man, you know what? Actually, I think it was like a Friday or a Thursday. He said, you know, there's a guy that's supposed to be picking it up this weekend, but if he doesn't get it, you can get it. Well, the guy was none other than, y'all know him, much love to Taz Juvie Taylor for the work that he's doing in the DMV area. Taz, I think I reached out to you on Messenger that day, and I said, hey man, look, there's this amazing fish this guy is selling. Yo, let me get that fish, man. You know, I'll breed her, do some stuff with her, and then I'll send it to you. Well, I think you told me like, nah, you know, I don't think you like that idea too much. I don't remember exactly how it went. Maybe you can expound on that in another video. Maybe we can do an interview or something like that. Yeah, I don't think you really too cool with that. But the deal was, Colin James said, hey, look, if he doesn't come get it this weekend, you can come get it. You'll be next in line. And something happened. I'm not sure. He wasn't able to, Taz Juvie Taylor wasn't able to go and get the fish. And so I went with my daughters, and we went and got that fish. I drove about an hour to get that fish, or maybe a little less, about almost an hour. I met with him, and I said, hey, man, you know, thank you. I really appreciate you, you know, let me get this fish. And I said, hey man, that female, what does she offer? You know, do you know the parents? Do you know the grandparents? That's one of the questions I always ask. I always ask people what the parents, the grandparents, great grandparents are, and try to get some background information so I could chart it on the pedigrees when I write them up. Well, he said, hey, you know, I got this fish from Josh Pollard here in Glen Burnie. And Josh Pollard is he's also a guy really killing it too. I think he got a lot of hybrids, and I think he's got his own Red Texas bloodline. He's doing some really good stuff too. I had bought a fish from him in the past, and so I knew the next thing was on my way home driving back. I sent Josh Pollard a messenger message. I said, "Hey Josh, you know, I just bought this fish. Here's the picture." I sent the picture. I got it from Colin James. What is this female? What does she offer? He said, "Man, I got that from Nico's Brown." He said, "That's the daughter of the man." I said, "What?" I said, that's the daughter of the man." I was excited. I mean, you don't know how happy I was to know that I got a baby off the man. I was just so excited, you know, because Frank Bloom, man, he don't be letting the fish go. Come on, Frank. We trying to get some fish. Nah, I know what's up. I don't let the fish go either. Nobody has any of my fish. I've been breeding like 20 years. Nobody's ever had my hybrid. So I understand. I understand what you're doing. You know? But I was like, yo, this can't be real. You know, I got a daughter off the man, and I got her for a steal. You know, I would have paid. Well, I'm not gonna say what I would paid for it, but you know, she was beautiful. She was a breeder, and that's it. That's all I had to know. I already liked the way she looked, but it was even more amazing to find out that her father was the man. It's like if you wake up one day find out your dad was a millionaire. You're like, oh snap, my dad's a millionaire. So it was like that, you know. And so I was just excited about that. And so on my way home, I reached out to Josh Paul. I think he reached me like the day later. He said, "Yeah, that fish is off the man. I got it from Nico's Brown." So I knew automatically after that I had to contact Nico's. I contacted him and said, "Yo, look, check this female out. I got this from Josh Pollard. What is it?" He said, "Oh, SH." He cussed, right? He was like, "Man." He was like, "Oh, man." He was like, "That is a female that's off of a rare breeding that I did. A lot of people don't know that I did it, but I bred the man to Cuban cichlid, 50% Cuban cichlid, 50% golden-based flowerhorn female." And when I heard that, you know, I hit I hit the jackpot. I was like, oh, I was so excited about that. And so what I did, I brought that fish home. Immediately, I put her in the tank with T.F.P. Starman. I put her in the cage because I was not about to risk her getting killed by him, because he's a killer. He's a murderer, right? He kills fish. And I was not about to risk losing that amazing specimen by him murdering her, right? So I put her in the cage, and it was good. You know, she was acting like she wanted to breed. He was acting like he wanted to breed. So I let him go, and they bred. And they gave me a lot of offspring. So this is pretty much the secret that I held from last week, what that female was. So now I'm gonna go into it a little bit more next week. I'm gonna go into detail, and that's why I had to make a 4-part series of this to be or not to be series of videos. For a long time, this to you, Pierre. Yo, you got some amazing fish, man. You producing some freaking beautiful Vieja species. But you know, man, you know I gotta get in on this Vieja stuff, and so I had been breeding it for a while. I kept it on the hush, wasn't trying to tell anybody, because I had to, you know, come out with a line. I have a couple of different lines of different type of fish. Y'all mainly know me through T.F.P's Mega Man 2, through T.F.P's Iguana, right? Iguana bred to T.F.P's Red Girl, that amazing, smoking red, hot, you know, almost 100% red from the mouth to the tail female. T.F.P's Red Girl, which I got from What's His Head, you know, Mr. Waddy in Thailand. And you guys know me from those breedings, right? Pretty much that I breed Parachromis type species, you know, hybrids, and also that Feste Motaguensis hybrid. They came off Crouching Tiger, bred to what's her name, Hot Chili Mama, and Crouching Tiger is the Red Tiger Motaguensis, and Hot Chili Mama is the Feste female that I got from Diego Torres. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you selling me that pair. And so that you guys know me from that breeding program. But here's something new for y'all. Vieja Parachromis. You hear that? Vieja Parachromis. That is what I'm producing with this bloodline. So in next week's video, I'm gonna be more specific as to why I'm breeding this, and actually I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna chart a breeding program, and I'm gonna put it on a pedigree, and I guess this could kind of be your like little lesson to those people that don't know how to read pedigrees. This will be a somewhat of a kickstart to you learning about pedigrees and how to chart them, and I'll explain a little bit more about why I do it. But specifically, I'm gonna tell y'all about this breeding program, the Cuban cichlid, hard twiggy cichlid, Dovi, Managuensis, red spot, and what else? The man, Nico's Brown, the man, right? And golden base flower. What I'm doing with all these, the last 3 videos that I showed y'all specifically was Cuban cichlid male bred to 50% hard twiggy, 25% Dovi, 25% Managuensis. I showed y'all that breeding. Okay, I got babies off of those. Those are the ones that were really started the name of this whole series, To Be or Not to Be. I really didn't know if those eggs were going to be fertile or not. Matter of fact, she has another batch already. That girl's a freak. That's the one thing about them Sid Vicious bloodline. All of y'all know that. All of y'all that have Sid Vicious blood know them Sid Vicious females. They lay eggs like crazy, right? But yeah, she's got another batch of eggs, and so I took that breeding one. I bred T.F.P Starman to the Sid Vicious female, another the sister to the first one. Put those together, and now I just told you in this 3rd video, in episode number 3 of To Be or Not to Be, I told you that this 3rd breeding was Starman bred to a 50% Nico's Brown, the man, right? Female, right? Sugarcane. 50% the man, 25% Cuban cichlid, 25% golden base flower horn. So these are 3 distinct but similar lines where you have Vieja, when we're talking about a genus, right? And for those that don't know, genus is the name that comes before the species name. So you have Dovi is the species name, Managuensis, Labiatus, Citronellus, right? Octofasciatus. Those are the Grammatis. Those are the species names, right? Then you have the name that comes before that. That's called the genus name. Genus is what you call like I don't know all the genuses now because I used to be in it when he had Theraps, Paratheraps, Nandopsis, stuff like that. But the genus name is right specifically for like Managuensis, Dovis, Grammatis, Cuban cichlids is Parachromis, right? Parachromis. You have Parachromis Managuensis, Parachromis loiselli, Parachromis La Ceiba, right? Parachromis Frederick. All these Parachromis is the genus name. And where you have then you have Vieja, you have Vieja Zenatus, Vieja Senspillus, Vieja Melanuris, Vieja Regani, Vieja, what else? Vieja Heterospilus. Vieja, you have all kind of Vieja names, right? That Vieja is the genus name. So when I'm talking about these 3 different lines, Cuban to Sid Vicious, the T.F.P Starman to Sid Vicious, and then T.F.P Starman to the man, Cuban, golden base, right? Those 1, 2, 3 different lines, specifically, they are, and I'm looking at them from their genus, from a perspective of genus, not species. You have Vieja Parachromis. Vieja Parachromis in the first, Vieja Parachromis in the second, Vieja Parachromis, and then you have Dovi that golden base flower horn in that last, the Cuban golden base hybrid. But that, a lot of people don't know this, but flower horns are heavy Parachromis. They have a lot of that Trimax blood in them, So next week's video, I'm gonna go into more detail, and it's gonna be fun. So please, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that when I make a video, you'll be notified. Also, make sure that you share this video with your friends, people that you know, because, you know, there are a lot of people that like this information, and I really don't know any people out there that are making videos on hybrids, on how to breed hybrids, and that actually have, I guess you would say, like the credentials to actually speak on the matter. You know, my work proves itself, you know, and I've been doing this since 2003, and so, you know, specifically the hybrids, and I've been doing the purebred since 1992. So, share this video. You know, people want to know about this stuff. You know, share the link on a page, on YouTube, on Instagram. You know, on Facebook. You know, what other social media you have, share with people. You know, send a link to a friend. Hey, you know, you got somebody's number. Hey, yo, check this guy out, man. Look at what this guy's doing. He's talking about hybrids. You know, nobody's really talking about this, and in the way that I'm doing. You know, everybody's on flower horns and they're over there, but this guy is doing something totally different than everybody else. You know, so share my videos. You know, and also I want you to, you know, you can put comments down below. I said in the first video that I don't check my comments here on YouTube, but I downloaded an app that makes it easy for me to get notifications, so that when you actually put a post, I'll get a message, and I'll know when you wrote, so I'll be able to respond to you. But also make sure that you friend me on Facebook, because if you friend me on Facebook, you'll be able to friend me. You'll be able to see the different posts I put. I normally put a preview post like the Friday before that Tuesday to let you know what I'm gonna be talking about the next upcoming video, and also to give you just a preview, you know, to get you ready and to get the word out that I'm making this video. So friend me on Facebook. You can message me, you know, and that way we can chit chat, we can talk, and we can tell me your hybrids, the things you're doing, maybe ask me some questions, you know, and maybe I can help you out with a breeding program, something you're working on, or you know, you might want to buy some fish. Right now, I'm not selling fish yet. I'm gonna sell fish. I'm trying to make money off of this, for real. I want to make that clear. You know, I'm trying to make money off of this. I'm not trying to be like these are. I do it for the love, and no, I have a wife and I have 4 kids. You know, and I put thousands and thousands of dollars over the last 10 years to develop my breeding program, and I'm created something. And I've created different species in my house that exist in Baltimore that don't exist anywhere in the world. Don't exist anywhere in the world. My fish come with pedigrees. You know where they come from. I'm an honest guy. I tell you what I produce. There's absolutely no way that the fish that are on the pedigrees are not what they say they are. Because I've never, ever, ever, can I say that again? Ever, ever, ever. I never, ever mix a breeding with another breeding. I never ever put 2 different breedings together, ever. The only time that I will put, and I'm talking about fry, or even, you know, juveniles, the only time I will mix fish is if I'm getting a male out of this tank and a female out of that tank, and I want to breed them. That's the only time I'm putting them together. Okay, so make sure that you so I'm doing stuff that nobody's doing anywhere else in the world. So basically, yes, I have fish. They will be for sale. I'm trying to make money, but and they're not going to be cheap. I'm just going to keep it real. Either you don't have to like my prices. You might love the fish, but my prices are going to be high, and they're going to be in the hundreds. I'm just going to let you know off the break. They're not going to be cheap. You know, you're getting fish that took me 10 years to produce. You know, countless fish dying. You know, countless hours of changing water and doing that. And not just that, creating something that's unique and special. So yeah, they're gonna cost money, but hey, you know, you're gonna love the fish, and I'm gonna make some competition so you can make some money. How about that? How about a $5,000 prize, right, for grand best in show? Hey, you know, if I sell the fish for 300, right? Then if I sell enough of them, I can have enough prize money where you can get paid, you know, get a payout. 5,000 first place, 2,500 second place, 1,000 third place, and so on and so forth. So anyhow, that's just in the works right there. So just make sure that you just stay with me, and you're going to learn a lot here on T.F.P. Cichlids. So thank you. I appreciate you for stopping by, and I'm out from T.F.P. Cichlids here in Baltimore, Maryland. Peace.